guys, it's Johnny. Welcome back to the Wanderlust Bus. Today we are putting up walls. We've gotten all of the windows taken out. They're out of their frames and prepped and ready to go so that when we get the new windows, we can put them right in. But before we do that, we have to get the walls up, and that means putting the pine that we put everywhere else up on the walls. In order to facilitate that, we are actually kerfing the back boards here so that when we put them up on the walls, we can bring it in really tight and it'll bend the board up again so we have a little bit of a curve. So let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and get the boards cut all the way and get them ready to start installing. Alright, so now that we've got them cut to length and kerfed in the back 6 inches from the top where we want the bend to happen on all of these, we're going to go ahead and get it installed. Now the easiest way I found to install this is start the install before the bend and bang it up over the bend and it'll bend itself into the shape. Alright, now it's just a matter of driving a self-tapping screw into the frame, and that'll pull this right tight right against the frame. And then we just keep moving on down the wall. We'll see you guys when we get done with it. Alright, so we've got the walls to this point thanks to my friends Nick and John. They helped me get the walls up on all of the spots that there aren't windows. But now we've gotten to this point, and these are the original windows. I know, you're confused, right? Took the windows out, why am I putting them back in? We took them out so that we could get all of the windows and get the best 3 to put back in. We're covering these windows with wood on the inside, so we'll never see them. So we figured, why waste the money in replacing them with great high quality windows when we're just gonna cover them anyway. So now we have to get to the point so we can get the walls flat and even. We're gonna need to cut a relief in the back of these boards with a router. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that set up and then we'll show you that in a second. Alright, so what I've done is I've brought in some of the wood that we're using for these side panels, and I've taken one of the frames that we're not using, and I'm going to use that as a tracing pattern so that when I use this router, I can go ahead and get it all set up. So I've measured it off, got it all ready and measured out. Now I just got to make sure, make sure that line's dark enough. And I can get this out of the way and get started on the actual routing. Now, let me grab my ear protection's in the shed. I'll be right back. Alright, so when I went and grabbed my ear protection, I also went ahead and ran a test piece just to make sure this was going to work, and you can see I've taken out a good amount of that wood, but that's going to allow me to go over all of this attachment points for the windows. So I've clamped my workpiece down to the sawhorses, got my router ready to go, got it set based on the depth on the screws and windows. So now it's just time to start cutting out a pattern. Alright, and just like that, I have made one hellacious mess in here because this is rough. There's a lot of sawdust being thrown. But now I've got a channel to put it over my window. Alright, so everything went well with the routing except right here where there was a knot, it pulled out and I got a little hole I'll have to fill. But other than that, it went really well. Let's hope it goes in just as well with the installation. Alright, now that that's in, I gotta do some insulating. We gotta insulate these windows, and I'm just gonna use the same insulation I used everywhere else, put it up against the window and cover over it with some wood. So, you guys check that out while I go sweat a little bit and work. Alright, so with the help of our friends, we've got all the walls up, and now we have to move on to the next step, and that is getting the frame openings prepared for the new windows that are coming in. They're still about 6 weeks out, so we've got some time, but we want to get it prepped so we can move on to some other projects. In order to do that, we got to grab the jigsaw and the sander and make some cuts and knock out these rounded corners. So let's go do that, and then we'll see you guys at the end when we get it done. Alright, and with that, well, minus a little cleaning, we have the window openings ready to accept the new windows. They are still a few weeks out, so we've got some time, and in the meantime, we got other projects to do. So, we're gonna go do those. There'll be video on those. We've also got a video coming up of the installation of the windows when we get delivery. In the meantime, website, thewanderlustbus.com. Check us out on Facebook, on Instagram, and all the other social media. Until the next time, ladies and germs, I'm Johnny with the Wanderlust Bus. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.